Welcome to TheDoorTalks, where today we're going to talk about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I've been saying Tokyo.
We've been saying Tokyo, America. There's one about the Northwest, Mexico. Oh yeah, Mexico.
Yeah,
I forgot that one.
Mexico,
With the fake arm. I enjoyed the movie. Mark's going to talk about what he thought of the movie. But if you're going to watch it anyway, because we're going to spoil things, before you do watch it, just look up look up Charles Manson and the Sharon Tate murder. Because I knew about it, and to me, it has quite a big effect when you watch the movie. Because you go, oh, I kind of know what's going on. But then it doesn't necessarily go where you think it's going to go, but it's just...
Yeah, just learn something about the
just go on the Wikipedia page for 10 seconds before you watch it.
But I thought it was going to go a completely different way. Do you know? Can I just quickly say my original thought was when you saw when Charles Manson saw Sharon Tate, I was like, shit, she's going to join their group.
Oh really?
Yeah, I know. I have no idea. So that's how little I knew about it.
I didn't even call her Catherine Tate.
I know. I was so close to calling her Catherine Tate. So we're going to get into it now. Spoilers.
Rick Dalton, he's a sort of slightly on his way out actor, TV cowboy, and then you've got Cliff Booth, who's his stuntman, and most of the film is them just sort of a day with them, just chilling out, doing bro thing.
Yeah, it was definitely like a bro film. The whole time throughout the film, I was thinking they were going to fall out.
You kind of
like the first I'm like, right, where's this film going to go? Okay, she's going to go off with the Mansons and sort of become a hippie girl. And also, Booth's going to... Booth, they're just going to fall out. He's going to take advantage. He's going to fuck him over in some way. Yeah. He's going to just, ditch. And then they're going to be like, oh, how we actually do need each other sort of thing. I thought it was going to be... But I don't know why I thought that. I think it's because other films have taught me that.
Yeah, and the thing with Brad Pitt's character is there's a thing where it's like he killed his wife, potentially, which never gets resolved. But I quite like that. But I thought it was going to be really big taboo subject when someone goes, oh, he killed his wife. I thought Brad Pitt heard someone say that, he'd lose his shit. And I thought that was going to somehow factor in that some sort of fallout.
Yeah, and then Rick Dalton can't do a certain really, really fancy thing because he can't get driven there because Brad Pitt's fucked up somehow or whatever. I thought Brad Pitt was going to die when he went into the Manson camp.
So good. It's quite meandering.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed every part of the movie. There wasn't a scene I didn't like. It's very slow, but it's just very enjoyable, and just really simple things like where it's got Brad Pitt just driving around LA. Mm-hmm. And I looked into it after, because with this film, I know it's been out in America for a week or so. I've not
more than a week.
Yeah,
they've had it for
I've not looked at any trivia, or I've tried to avoid everything about it, all the reviews. So I knew it was about the sort of Charles Manson slightly and some film stars, but that's it.
Yeah, same.
But just when they were driving around LA, they just changed all the signs and all the shops. I thought it was CGI, but they closed down whole roads.
Oh wow! And just
put old cars and loads of the places have kept all the old signs because they preferred it because it looked. But I was like, how the hell have they done this? Because there's these amazing shots of just Brad Pitt, and it's like the camera's going around his car. It looks like it's just Brad Pitt chilling out driving his car, isn't it?
Yeah, really. But the mise en scène was absolutely beautiful. It was just stunning, and but I don't think it was overdone. You know, loads of flashback films nowadays, where they go back to the 80s.
Look at
this. Back to thinking, it's like, oh my god, new Coke or whatever. They just talk about those little, throw those little throwbacks in. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that, but it was just in the distance, and it wasn't right there.
Yeah, it wasn't in your face.
It wasn't brought into the dialogue where they go, oh, I need to go down to get a. They did say Pan Am quite a lot, but that was really Pan Am quite a lot. But that was really the only thing that he said. But I mean, the world was fantastic. It was just our world, but the way he replicated it was
just I liked how kind of relaxed the film was, because literally it's sort of 2 hours 40, and for the first 2 hours, I say it's just
and more.
Well, it's
really, I'd say 2 hours. It's really 20 minutes. Oh, maybe half an hour. Yeah.
Well, it's weird. I'll say this now, but I think it's easily the funniest Quentin Tarantino film. I can't think of, in terms of laughing. People were laughing in the cinema. There's no. Think of his other movies.
Think of
what?
Movies. I think Django. I laughed fucking. I
can't think of any funny bits.
Samuel Jackson's role in that. It wasn't funny in the way that it's haha jokes, and but it's the same way that
it's got humour, but it's not.
But that's the thing. I think Django was funnier to me. Maybe. But just from well, I don't know.
But also,
I didn't think it was particularly hilarious. I didn't think it was rip roaring. There were funny parts, but it wasn't ever telling a joke. It was just the way that he said something.
There was a few bits in this where I thought it was quite a decent.
Inglourious Basterds is funny. But it's trying to be funny.
Yeah, but I know I thought personally I thought it was very funny, and I also thought it was quite a liked movie, really up until the end.
But
you could watch it with your gran.
Even the end was like because it was just like
obviously
but still
the violent stuff. But I'm saying we could watch it with Granny pretty much.
Pretty much.
Nothing, but it's just chill out. Obviously, like people swear a bit, but apart from that, it's pretty chill in terms of sort of the direction and the camera work and the soundtrack. Everything.
Soundtrack's really good as well.
It was just
really
everything was really good. But I say it's just a funny one because the story's quite basic.
The story's really basic,
but it was just very enjoyable, and it's
not because you know where the story.
No. But the whole Rick Dalton and Booth was completely separate.
But you know that's the way it's going to culminate. You know that's the final part of that's the final scene of the film is you know that was where it was going to be. I had no idea.
I didn't.
Was going to be. Oh, you didn't?
No. But what I mean is let's just talk about it. So it's big spoilers. We obviously mentioned before.
Oh yeah.
But they don't kill Sharon Tate. And obviously I knew about the Tate murder, so I thought you see Sharon Tate, you see Manson sort of meandering.
Like, it's going to be horrible.
It's going to end with this, and then basically they turn up, and Rick Dalton's pissed drinking margaritas. And they get so virtually pissed off and they go, do you know what? Fuck it, we're going to go kill Rick Dalton, this sort of washed up movie star. Because they remember him from TV when they were growing up. They're like, he's that cowboy guy.
But that's where me and Joe are sort of like having a slight argument.
Yeah.
Because we don't know when reality split.
Yeah, it's a bit Inglourious Basterds where it's like, do you know what? We're going to kill Hitler in a cinema instead of Quentin Tarantino's go, do you know what? Everything's been pretty much straight. And then it's going to
it's all been historically accurate. But we don't know when when it veered off to not be historically accurate because in real life, Charles Manson never actually went and saw that Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski were living there.
He picked the wrong house. He thought he sold someone else who screwed him over lived there, but he's moved out.
But in Tarantino's one, it was made out like...
He goes to the house.
He goes to the house. But so he goes to the house, he sees they're not living there, but then why does he send them there in the first place?
Anyway, yeah.
In real life, you know why he does it, and you know why, because it's a kind of double, like you're killing some, like...
Well, you want to kill rich people and cause a race war.
You're fucking up the guy who messed up your career, apparently.
Yeah.
But in Quentin Tarantino's world, like, that happens, and they realise that it's not that house, but yet they're still sent to that house to go and kill them.
It's that kind of house, and it's a kind of posh
but it's
area.
that house that they have to go and kill people in. And that's the thing for me, and I don't understand why they went there, and why Tarantino included the scene where Charles Manson sees Sharon Tate, and sees that she lives there as opposed to the old producer. Why does he see her, and then why does he continue to do that plan? It changes the whole thing for me, and it slightly ruins it.
Well,
not in a horrible way. Yeah. But like, I just don't like. I like the fact that they turned up, and it's like that's where it splits off. So when they get there, and Rick Dalton comes out and starts screaming at them, that's when it goes, oh shit, it's veering off because of fun old Rick Dalton.
Yeah.
And that's when like Tarantino, like those guys, that's the reason why they were in there. Yeah. So I wish they were there in real life, but. Before that, why did they have to have the split an hour beforehand? 6 months
at least.
Beforehand. In the film, why did they have to have the split there, showing that there was actually no real reason for them to be there?
Yeah,
and it just sort of it just fucked me up. I don't understand why they were there.
Yeah, I need to rewatch because obviously we only watched it once, and I'm not 100% convinced that they were still going to go. They were going to those houses. But I'm not convinced.
Why would they go to those houses?
Because they wanted to kill
houses, but as opposed to all the houses in the thingy. You said it was because
Manson's already been there. He knows the house.
Manson's already been there because he knows the house, so he can maybe scope it out. But it just sort of it doesn't lock in as well. And I feel
I totally agree with you.
Removing that scene where Manson sees Sharon Tate and everyone's sort of like. For like 5 seconds thinking, like everyone who knows the story is thinking, oh god, what's going to happen there? And I was like a bit awkward with it. But like if you remove that scene, then the whole thing makes complete and utter sense.
Well,
but putting that scene in, changing history for no reason, just makes no sense.
Well, I was saying because obviously Manson also we're drinking ice cream. I was going to say, he's just drinking like Witcher. Because I was saying that obviously Manson had to be shown at some point to show he's a major factor, but. I totally get it, and I think they could have done it where if Manson's with his hippie girls and he literally sat somewhere smoking, going, see that house up there?
Yeah.
I know so and so. You need to sort them out, and that would have been fine.
Yeah.
Regardless of the reasoning, because they've gone. We just have to go to his house and don't question that text.
Don't question who's there because I don't think they would have done because they just told that house.
Yeah, they didn't even know.
But why
did
Manson say that house if it was a different fucking house? And it wasn't as if it was like, it was just the day before when Manson went to check it out and he hadn't actually got round to telling.
Oh yeah, it's like 6 months.
But it was 6 months, so like they were just sent there for no reason in my mind, and Tarantino made it for no reason. For no reason.
The other side of Charles Manson's real plan as well was having sort of race war, and he wanted to attack rich, affluent people, which obviously they were.
Yeah.
But no, I get that bit.
It just makes sense. My gripe with the film is that, and the fact that the story, not knowing the Sharon Tate thing, it was just like, where's this going to fit in? And it didn't fit in. It just because.
Obviously to me, because it was a nice little twist. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Because there's basically a scene where right at the end they're coming up the street and Brad Pitt. Well, hold on, let's just go back a little bit. I enjoyed all those scenes where it's like Brad Pitt going to his little trailer and feeding his dog. Yeah. And it's like 10 minutes of nothingness. Yeah. But it's just
all those scenes.
Delightful, and him going to the fucking the old stunt farm or whatever it is, where Bruce Dern sat the old guys in the back, and it's like a horror film.
Yeah, and it's like a horror film. But then it just turns out that it's all just completely right, and it's just like, oh, he is blind. He is getting fucked the shit out of all the time. I enjoyed every single scene in the film. Yeah. There was not one part of the film that I didn't enjoy, but that's the same way with every Quentin Tarantino film. It's all a fantastic little bits. But this one, they didn't go into one continual story. It wasn't like Django or like Jackie Brown, where it was a continuous story, because I think the other ones, Kill Bill as well. The other ones dart around a lot. But for me, putting it in those ones, it didn't stack up because the story actually wasn't that great.
No, but I thought it was quite a simple story. It was
a
friendship story, and it was Tate's story, and they were like, and obviously they were going to intermingle, at some point they were going to connect, and that was then the end. The last 20 minutes is like the connect point.
Literally 2 minutes, because they didn't connect until literally the point when she goes, "Is everything okay?"
No, we don't
in the thingy. Also, was Joanna Lumley in it?
The woman who goes to her house, a friend. I thought
it was Joanna.
No, but it wasn't her.
Hi, Joanna.
Yeah,
and then she was like,
posh.
"Hi, darling." Yeah. And it was just like, that's Joanna Lumley.
Because at that point in the film, I was like, because obviously I was thinking about the murders. I thought, oh, this is the murder bit. Because I knew she was with some friends when she got murdered, and I was like, oh shit, and I was like, who's this woman?
Yeah, no.
Was it Joanna Lumley?
I think it was Joanna Lumley, but also it's quite funny because Leonardo DiCaprio acted with Joanna Lumley.
Yeah, you kissed her on the thing.
Yeah.
You haven't seen The Hateful Eight?
No, I've not. Because that's the only one I've seen.
I really do not like that film, and that's like a very similar length, and it's a more confined story. It's much more, but fucking hell, that had no good scenes.
Really?
It was. I really walked away from going, fucking, that was shit.
Okay. See, I like,
but Western.
I also didn't like Kill Bill 2 and 1. But I think if I combined the two and then just did a super edit of them, I'd probably.
Well, there is
like
one.
it a
It's
lot.
called The Whole Bloody Affair. Yeah, there is one.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch that.
Yeah, but I was more seeing The Hateful Eight and Django, and just also there was a lot of Western vibes. Even the parts where he was like at the ranch when it was just Brad Pitt.
Well, that was
it was super Western.
They were just riding away. It's like, go and get the gang.
Yeah, but just when he's there, and it's like all the like the dust is blowing. He's walking to the cabin at the end. I was like, he's obviously got into Western vibes since Django, and it's just the last 3 films. Like most of this film, Leonardo DiCaprio is dressed as a cowboy. Yeah. Talking about cowboy films.
Yeah, no, he is.
And I love the whole bit where he's just doing this scene.
That was fantastic. That was fantastic. And when the camera went back and you were in the camera and you were like, what's that sound?
And the director suddenly
you're like, what's that sound?
There,
and then you're sort of going back and you're like, oh shit, I'm in the camera. I'm the cameraman. And I was like, fuck, that's so cool.
Yeah. And just the whole director and also sat there all like waiting.
The fact that you can just tell so badly that Leonardo DiCaprio is acting badly in that scene.
But he's being a guy acting as a guy.
Badly, as a guy. When you see his his mouth's like twitching a little bit and he's just acting badly and it's like, fuck, that's good. But then afterwards, when he comes back and he acts fantastically, it's like, yes, come on.
Sexy Hamlet. And he kicks the girl on the floor and he's like, hold it there, sexy Hamlet. And you hear the director, sexy Hamlet, sexy Hamlet.
Sexy Hamlet, yeah. I thought that was really, really good. The flashbacks, they did 2 things in the film that I really liked in the first 30 minutes of the film. And I was like, that's really cool. I want to see more and more of these flashbacks. That's how they want to build the story. But then they didn't do it. So they had the voiceover guy, who was in it for all of 5 seconds at the start, and then said,
Kurt Russell.
No, wait,
which voiceover?
The voiceover guy.
The main voiceover of the film is Kurt Russell.
Okay, well, Kurt Russell said at the start, he was like, this was a lie. The reason why Tim Burton's thingy had been like, his car wasn't in the shot.
No,
it was actually thingy.
Brad Pitt.
Okay,
I think Brad Pitt was explaining that. He goes, no, that's a lie. But then
that's
the main
a lie, because it stopped, but it sort of took you out of it, and he was explaining it to the audience.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that they didn't do that again up until the point when the Manson family were entering the house, and they did not entering the house, but everyone, and they did all the times, and it was like at 4:15 thingy was coming into the house. They didn't touch the fucking thing at all.
The hippie girl where you get, that's after, isn't it, when he gets the acid cigarette off the hippie girl.
Yeah, but he doesn't. But they didn't. Oh, they did a few a few small flashbacks,
little ones.
You're right.
And also when he was in the movie, the bit where he's like, "Were you in The Great Escape?"
Yeah, the Great Escape part was fantastic.
But that was weird because he wasn't obviously in The Great Escape, and that obviously wasn't his audition because there's a whole crew like. It was like him imagining himself.
No, that was no. Apparently, Steve McQueen turned it in this film. Steve McQueen turned it down and then came back to it after. So that was obviously like his first scene that he'd done. Okay. So he was like,
I thought it was him imagining himself.
Back to like, no. I think that was literally him just like being traumatized. The fact that he didn't get that part, because if he'd have got that part, he'd have been much better at now.
There were some great bits. Basically, they slip him into old films, like real old films.
Yeah, that's cool. And I'm glad that they didn't. As we spoke about this, I'm glad they didn't do the same thing with Margot Robbie. Because they didn't need to, because obviously Sharon Tate, it was sort of like she was already playing a real character. Yeah,
and because I was thinking, this is a little bit controversial, but then I've obviously read after that, Sharon Tate's sister's still alive, and she was like okayed everything, really cool, it's all. And to be fair, it's like if I ever get murdered, and you want to make a film about
how I didn't
me not getting murdered and you killing my murderers.
Let's just quickly talk about the controversy with Bruce Lee. A lot of people are saying that they shouldn't have done it.
Why?
Because it painted Bruce Lee in a bad light, and the fact that, like...
Yeah, but it's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I always think, because obviously he was a very cool guy, but there's some of those people in history that's like, oh, they're fucking amazing, you can't say you look wrong about it. I kind of wanted, like, I love Jimi Hendrix, but it'd be funny if there's this Jimi Hendrix going like, yeah, sure, I'm the best guy, like, bling, bling, like, just getting fucked over. I know
apparently he was a bit of a dick, but...
Well, he would be, but...
Yeah, but apparently he was like that.
Some people are kind of untouchable. Bruce Lee's one where you're just like, no one ever really says anything bad about him.
Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali are both the people that, like, I don't know, and so it was quite funny that it was those two. You know, Cassius.
But I suppose they were. He was the best fighter at the time.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that they did it in a way that was like, oh yeah, Brad Pitt just fucks over Bruce Lee, because as soon as they actually started taking the fight seriously, because Brad Pitt obviously knows that Bruce Lee's a good fighter. Yeah. Bruce Lee doesn't have a fucking clue about Brad Pitt. He could just be some cocky fuck. So Bruce Lee goes up, kicks him in the first one. Brad Pitt obviously allows it to happen. Yeah. And then Brad Pitt goes and then destroys him, and then Bruce Lee goes, oh shit. This is actually going to be a battle. And then they start fighting, and then it gets interrupted. So no one wins it. It's all fucking like... It was actually done to make Brad Pitt look better, in my opinion.
Oh, God,
like, sort of be like, oh, he can fight Bruce Lee, so we know that actually when he goes to the house and he fights that yokel dude, he's fucking going to don it.
Was that before, though? Was that after?
That was after.
Oh, was it after?
No. So the flashback was before the thing.
Before the yokel fight, like the
flashback that happened in the film before the yokel fight.
Okay, yeah. Because did you not think that Brad Pitt like properly relished fighting? Like, I thought he, like, especially when he's basically at the end. Let's just nail it. Yeah. They go to the wrong house. Brad Pitt's there, and he fucking murders the shit out of them. And then Leonardo DiCaprio uses a flamethrower, which was shown earlier in the film, and luckily he brings it out and just murders the shit out of him.
It was crazy.
I thought Brad Pitt in it, like, I really liked the guy. He seemed like a really nice friend. Yeah. But when there was any fighting, he was like proper enjoying it. Even like the yokel guy is just like, do you know what? Fucking smashed him. And just the girl's head off the fucking
that thing. It was really.
But he seemed to really like
enjoy doing.
The more I was watching him fight, I was like, he killed his wife.
I think that's why we didn't need that flashback, which I really wanted to see. I did want to see the harpoon gun going off or something, like just something, so you sort of went, oh shit, he did do it.
Yeah.
But like right at the end,
the one thing I heard was that someone, I can't remember, it was on some review, I was listening to it on a podcast today, and they were mentioning it. They were saying it was like, maybe he did do it accidentally, and this is a bit more of a redemption where he ends up saving people. Yeah. That's like him being a bit of a hero at the end. Might be bollocks, but I was like, actually, I didn't think, because when I heard it, I was like, oh, I didn't really think about that. That's fair enough. But I did want to see. I don't know. I like kind of those little mysteries, though.
Yeah, it was how.
Because I thought it was just going to go. You could hear the gun go off and it would cut or something.
The thing is that was one of those flashbacks that happened, and then nothing else happened with the flashbacks. It was weird. But okay, so then he goes and kills all the people. I think he kind of did enjoy it a little bit.
With the phone, just with
the phone at the end.
There's two little bits that stick out where you rest the phone on the receiver. It's got this little bit, and I was just imagining them going into. I was like, fucking hell.
I know, it's fucking brutal, but it was so Tarantino when
so
they got up and they were like,
just
going absolutely insane. One thing that I did fucking actually, when I say I liked every single bit of the film aside from the story, I just didn't like how much of a pedo or a pervert fucking Quentin Tarantino is.
The foot thing was off the chart. Did you see when Dakota Fanning pointing with her foot as well?
It was too much.
You missed the foot. There was a foot thing as well when you were in the toilet. There was one of the foot. Every female actress, the main ones,
every single person who had more than 2 lines had their feet
Yeah.
And they were showing their feet, and they were
dirty
doing little
feet. I
feet.
don't want the dirty feet.
It's honestly but people had to go. I said this last night. People had to go at Michael Bay because he made Megan Fox show him her stomach for the Transformers. There is no doubt that he's making everyone take their fucking shoes off, and just because it's feet and it's seen as you're a bit of a weirdo, Quentin. Isn't it you fucking?
But that's a bit weird. It's kind of now part of the thing.
The thing. And why is no one saying anything about it? Why can he do that?
I feel like if he
other people can't, but Michael Bay can't go. Let me see your midriff because this is going to be a big part of sex appeal. It's like, oh yeah. I need to see your feet because loads of people around the world are going to secretly love this.
Yeah, it's
weird.
It's just all Tarantino is soundtracks, cool soundtracks, violence,
and
feet, and let's be honest, the N word, which is the first film.
But he didn't do this at all.
I think he got rid of one, so he just upgraded the foot thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, it's just it was too much. It was.
I don't like feet. I'm not a foot guy.
You see, I'm okay with feet. I'm not bad with feet. Like it's not a massive turn on for me, but I'm like, I can appreciate
if I'm driving though, I don't want.
I can appreciate a good foot. Yeah, no, I can understand, but I can appreciate a good foot, but I can appreciate a good foot, but fucking hell, there was too much for it. It was far too much of it.
It was excessive. But if you like Quentin Tarantino, watch it, and if you're in any sort of, because I'm a bit film nerdy, and I thought, especially in the car at the end when the killers are there, just before they get out of the car. And then it's like, oh my god, that's Rick Dalton from so-and-so. And then one of them goes, I don't know everyone's fucking name from everyone's movie. And I could just see that someone going, obviously said that, because obviously I'm one of the people who usually know stuff. But to Quentin Tarantino going, I don't know everyone's fucking name, Quentin, shut the fuck up. Because it's like, it was perfect. I was like, I don't think he's aware he's a fucking massive nerd.
Yeah.
For
films. It was it was a love letter to Hollywood, essentially.
Oh god, and just filmmaking that you could, they'd point out.
Filmmaking.
They'd point out, oh, that's so-and-so, when they're watching TV, when they're watching TV, it'd be like, oh, that's so-and-so, he's a really nice guy. Oh, that's lighting was by so-and-so. It's like...
One thing we didn't see in the film that I was really expecting to see was that scene where basically it goes up on DiCaprio, and DiCaprio's doing some acting, and then it stops, and then he goes out, and then Brad Pitt takes over and becomes the stuntman for that scene.
Oh, is that...
We didn't actually ever see that, which is really strange. But never mind. We don't see the stuntman doing what he does best.
That's what annoys me. But that's kind of why it was kind of nothing. It was kind of nothing to do with anything the film was about. It was just
but if it's a love letter, if it's a love letter to films and you've got the actor's process, but you didn't have any of the stuntman's process.
But I think that was because the stuntman really.
Then go back in time and see the stuntman. He was just. Let's go back in time and see the stuntman's process.
Yeah, maybe, but
when you're doing that double film thing, because they did the interview for all of 2 seconds. They asked.
Well, that was like a proper setup.
Yeah, that was a proper setup at the start to sort of introduce the characters, but then just have that going on for another 5 seconds a little bit later on in the film. Just go back to it and see the process a little bit more.
I know what you mean, but I say it's one of those kind of things where it's like, I don't know, it's having like a film about secret agents, but not actually showing any secret agent shit, just showing the other day-to-day chilling out shit, which I liked it. It wasn't like...
But we didn't see...
It surprised me.
We saw the work of Leonardo DiCaprio, but we didn't see the work of Brad Pitt. We did, because Brad Pitt was driving around at the time.
But he was just doing he was dog fix my aerial, feed my dog.
He didn't have a dog, did he?
Brad Pitt had a dog.
No, feed my dog. I thought you meant...
Oh, yeah, sorry. But also, this sounds really bizarre, but I was just thinking, why has he got dog food? Why is Leonardo DiCaprio got dog food?
He always goes down there and
I guess so, but
stays over.
It just seemed like
it made sense to me, because I would have dog food at a mate's house that I go and house sit for. Let's get on to the scores on the doors. What are you going to give it?
I am going to give it, obviously we've only watched it once, but it's kind of stuck with me today where I've just been hammering stuff, thinking about the film.
Yeah, I know, same.
It really stuck with me. I'm going to say a 7.7.
That's fair enough. I loved so many parts of the film. That's really low. That's much lower than I thought you'd give it. I'm actually not far off that. I think
that's crazy low. 5 is very bog standard movie.
I know, but
it's not an 8.
I love film. I'm like I don't ever like saying things are bad. I don't ever like giving things below.
I don't think 7.7 is bad.
No, okay, fine. No, I thought you'd give it higher though.
I need to like a lot of the Tarantino films.
I need to rewatch it again and see why it's clever.
Yeah. Like Pulp Fiction is like a definite 9 without even really thinking. Obviously, I might go back to and change my mind.
Yeah.
But it's like I know it's not Pulp Fiction, but it's still a very, very well put together movie, and it might grow on me. It's one of those things. But 7.7 for now. I might come back to it. But
mine's about 6.9 to 7. I'm going to go for 6.9. I think I loved so many parts of it, and I loved all the mise en scène and everything like that, as I said. But that little niggling thing in my head today has slightly ruined it. But if I took that away, it would be 6.
Well, we'll look into that as well, because that's made. I didn't even factor in, and I knew what was going on, and I was like, I didn't factor. Oh wait, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. But anyway,
Let's not go in. Let's not tell everyone again.
Obviously we saw the whole film for you, but just if you're going to watch it, just look up the Manson family. There's about 1 million videos on YouTube that take 5 minutes to watch.
Yeah. So 7.4 is our final score.
7.4.
Yeah.
And we're back soon.
I think that's quite good.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, thanks for all the subscribers. By the way, we've just hit 71.
Yeah. 71.
71.
Oh my god, that one.
We need to get to 100 before October 4th, Mark.
I kind of liked it when it was 69.
I know I did. This one had to ruin it. You fuckers. Right. Goodbye.
Pulls out his thing. He's looking at the glass, man. He's thinking about the glass. He's thinking about the glass. Glass. He's thinking about the glass. He's thinking about his dick. Dick glass. Dick glass. Dick glass. Be the glass. Dick glass. Dick glass. Dick glass. And then he lets it rip.